welcome to CoinDiary. Welcome to the monthly roundup. So the monthly roundup is going to be segregated into three segments. The first one will be about the top performers in the month of July, and then we are going to move to what the outlook is for August in terms of what are the tokens we should be looking at, what is happening fundamentally, if there are any technical breakouts to look forward to, and then we'll also talk a little bit about Bitcoin and Ether and what happened to them last month and what we're looking forward to in August. We are joined by Kishore and Madhu from Coinsburg. Kishore is an expert in technical analysis and Madhu is an expert in fundamental analysis. So let's dive right into it. So yeah, as we speak, the Bitcoin price right now is about 64,800. It hit 70,000 3 days ago. What happened?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for the opportunity. And as we see in the BTC search happened, it was from 53 to 70. So there might be so many incident happened in that Trump assassination is there, and then ETF approvals. Ethereum is also there happened. So right now the BTC price is around $64,000. So recently it got hit at $70,000, and it's slightly showing when it shows the technical chart, it is slightly bearish. So we can expect up to 60K levels. So that is this month the range we can expect in BTC.
Okay, so we saw BTC hit 53 and get support there and go back up, hit 70 and come back down. So it's been in this range of the mid 50s to early 70s for a while now. Do we see that continuing for a few more months? And why is that happening? And also, how much do you think Trump's election will affect it? But we'll get back to the first question of, it's been trading in a range for a while now.
Yes.
For how long do we expect that range to continue?
Basically this month what we saw in July month, it's all about related to Bitcoin conference, as
Correct.
well as we saw that while during the Trump speech there was some that assassination, that attempt was happened, and so right now we are expecting it might stay in this zone for this August. So because of there is the election is going on in next
November
months, yeah. So November, so it might drive because of the election high, because people are expecting Trump might win again. So until August, it might stay here. Then we are expecting a breakout from here.
In September? You're saying in September might be a breakout
September
time.
or August end might be a breakout from this exact zone, from 53 or to 68 zone.
So we've moved past halving, is it? We're not talking about halving, we've moved past it.
Halving is done.
So I think the next 3 months is going to be about Trump.
Yeah, so mostly even when we see past bull runs, once the halving has done, there will be a dump will be happening in the market. Likely we can see what is happening in BTC market, and after that there will be a period of 2 months accumulation zone will be there. So from this month and next month we can see some accumulation phase in the range of 53 to 63 or 64K. So it's the accumulation should be in this $10,000 range. So once the accumulation has done and then market satisfied with the condition, then we can see in September or October month we can see some bullish.
Okay, got it. But tell me this, my doubt is this. How different is 2024 from 2020? Because if you remember 2020, March 2020, I think Bitcoin is about $3,500.
Yeah.
Right? Before the halving. And we've been trading Bitcoin since 2012, 2013. And just before the halving, it's usually the bottom.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And this time it was completely different. If you remember from November 2022, when it hit 16,000, from then it's just been going up. So what was different in this cycle?
So
what happened?
There will be a lot of surge happening in Bitcoin buying, as well as we can see a lot of other big institutions wants to buy Bitcoin. Due to one of the reasons is Bitcoin ETF. You can see BlackRock, then Grayscale. So a lot of other institutes are buying more Bitcoin for the ETFs, as well as even if you see as a US election purpose, a big country government wants Bitcoin to legalize. I mean, he's using Bitcoin as a kind of key to election.
Do you think he's shilling? You're saying he's
a
talking
kind of
about it?
Exactly. So because if you see in Bitcoin conference how he spoke about Bitcoin,
Yeah.
so he is like a kind of Bitcoin hodler or a follower of Bitcoin. He's speaking like that. So now a country, I mean, one nation is almost following Bitcoin. I mean, if Trump elected, then again we can see a lot of positive things in Bitcoin. It might be mining, and he told directly that they are going to buy continuously.
Who? The
Trump.
America as a government is going to buy.
Okay.
The treasury is going to buy. Okay.
Exactly. That the treasury is going to buy Bitcoin every 3 months or 1 month, he mentioned. So this is how the market dynamics already changed. So now the whole world wants Bitcoin. I mean, the main institute are accumulating more. So probably this is how it is going now in a wider range.
So you're saying it's because of the ETF approvals and more money from the institutions coming in is why this 2020-2024 cycle was different from the previous cycles.
Exactly. There is a lot of institution involvement happen now. So that's why.
So like one point I can mention to him, like when we see last two bull runs, like every time like people used to anticipate the price for this particular level, but once the government institutions are taken place, this dynamics completely changed, and most of the people know about the Bitcoin more, and their anticipation price is maybe $1 lakh it will hit by the end of this year, or maybe the end of the 2025. So this kind of hype or anticipation makes this cycle should be different from last two bull runs.
And one more point I want to add, like if you see now, there was a lot of real world applications also developing on top of blockchain. So this is also making a surge in buying of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency assets. So there will be.
Does the retail crowd really know about what exactly is happening fundamentally?
Few sector, I mean I can't say 100% of the retailers know about this, but
the influencers drive it.
Influencers driving, and they are like promoting in the area where people are watching, in YouTube, where Twitter.
Fair enough.
So the adoption is growing as we compare to 2022 and 23. 24 adoption is really grown well.
Okay. So we are done with Germany's sell-off. We are done with Mt. Gox. And we are done with Trump for July, right?
Yes.
What are we expecting for August for Bitcoin? Other than the price, are there any upcoming news points that we have to look at, like the consumer price index, August 14th, right?
Yes. CPI is there.
Right.
So mostly based on the last 6 months, when we see how in the chart, when CPI data released and how it gonna affect in the chart, it always shows when the CPI data is positive, market show up the positive. That time the next immediate, maybe after a week, it started coming down, because most of the people are waiting for this kind of surge to go upside in this Bitcoin range. So market never accept this kind of data or something, because if it is an immediate surge, then automatically market will correct after some time later. So that's what happened. So this month also we are expecting, if market touches 60,000 level bearish, then we can expect in the month of second week of August, so there will be a surge to 70k also. So that's what we are expecting from the past CPI data.
Right. So what you're essentially saying is we need to keep ranges in terms of prices, and if that price hits and with what kind of volume it hits that price, and then take a decision based on that, right? And I was going through August in the last 11 years, 7 Augusts have been red and 4 Augusts have been green, right? July was green, right?
July was green.
So where do you think August might end? So that before we move on from Bitcoin to other things.
Yeah, not only
where are we going to see Bitcoin on the 31st of August? What is your stance?
So not only we talk about BTC 7 a green side ended and the 4 is red side ended. So not only in the crypto market, in the other global market also, the August month is kind of a neutral or bearish.
Okay.
So where people will cash out the things and then they will start accumulate from September, October. And so we can, most of the even in Indian market and then global market, US market also, so there is surge will happen from November. So the slightly accumulation happen in this after September, November.
Got it. So August is like a midlife crisis every year,
Yes.
right? You don't know what to do. You kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So before we move on, I want you guys to take a call. What are you saying Bitcoin is going to be at the end of this month?
It will be 60,
give me a number.
68,000.
68,000 on the 31st of August.
Yes.
And you?
Might be 70.
Okay, you both bullish basically.
Yes.
Right now from this point on you're bullish.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So that was Bitcoin. What is happening with Ether? Ether has been trading in the range of $2.8 and $3.6 thousand.
Exactly.
Right? Do we see a breakout this month with so many ETFs being approved? Do we see $5,000 being hit anytime soon? Or is there a further cheaper Ether available sometime this month? What's going to happen? What's happening? What happened last month? What
So
happened
actually
Ether
last month was all about with Ethereum ETF. There was huge, kind of hype was happened around
Correct.
ETFs. And people bought it, like before ETF approval only. As we know, July is all about buy the rumors, sell the news happen.
Correct.
Because of Trump, including Bitcoin conference too, until the end of the conference, we are expecting, everyone expected it will break out there. But again, people sell the news. Now again, they are waiting for something to happen in August. Yeah. So same thing with ETH also. The ETFs are going to be huge because we saw already a lot of even BlackRock and VanEck and a lot of other institutes are already approved and they are trading them. So we might see in upcoming days huge buy volumes in Ethereum because of it is not only with the ETFs along with a lot of other that total value on Ethereum is the value lock is day by day increasing. With all the protocols product they are introducing every day.
Right.
So in the terms of fundamental or DeFi aspect, plus in terms of the outside where the institutes are buying, so this will indicating ETH will be bigger in upcoming days. That's what I'm expecting.
Okay.
And one more point, like when we see Bitcoin and Ethereum chart, like most of the time it is correlated because these two coins are majorly market cap occupied when it comes to like around 70 to 80%. So mostly we can see correlation, but when you see completely in the Ethereum, like the structure based how the cycles are running. So whenever this bull run, like when people are anticipating in BTC to $1 lakh, so when we see in Ethereum, so many times it will give discounted prices. So this time also like this 2800 range touched almost 5 times. So that's not happened in BTC when it is 60,000 range. It recently surpassed that level, but when it comes to Ethereum, it didn't surpass 2,800.
Correct.
So, if this kind of similar structure will happen in future, if people are anticipating ETH should be around $10,000, $15,000 in future, maybe in the next 2 years. So it will give discounted prices as per the previous structures also. So right now we are expecting around 2,400 range.
Okay.
So where we can have a large accumulation and institution will come and buy because it's already ETF got already approved. So every people are real traders like traders then
retail traders.
Yes, retail traders they will expect around 2,400 2,300 range. So there we can expect this ETH price in this next 2 months.
Okay. So both for Ether and Bitcoin, what are the important price points this coming month? What are the important points? Like what is the EMA right now for?
Yeah. So these two prices are about 200 EMA only in a longer time frame, day time frame. But once it grows, now it is like bearish trend is going on because the last month it was completely full of events and so much surge and then dump also happened. So this kind of events market never tolerate. So they will go according to like market is the king ultimately, right? So people may anticipate different kind of prices, but it will correct and it will stabilize that. It has to digest the price first of all.
Correct.
So from the Bitcoin price we can expect 57 range, 57. So it will correct to 57 and then slightly they can move upside. And comes to the Ethereum 2,600 to 2,800 chances are more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the price points you have to expect if you want to buy some. And also I've been wanting to ask professional traders this question for a while now. It's been a long time since we have seen 1:10 Ether to Bitcoin. Do you think that's ever going to come back again? Where for a Bitcoin you get 10 Ether. It stayed like that for a while. After that it's become much cheaper. Now I think it's about 30, 20, 25 Ether.
1:25.
1:25. Do you think 1:10 is going to come back ever again?
See, if you see, in a longer time frame for a few years, if you consider for 10 years, we can see more price upside in Ethereum.
So flippening.
BTC will be the ultimate king. It can stay there for with the top one position, but Ethereum will at least it will increase some as you said 1:10 it might be happen, 1:5 also might happen.
Okay.
The price of Ethereum because they are really working hard towards how the decentralization should be there and they're going towards that.
Fair enough. Perfect. So that was Bitcoin and Ether for the month of July and what we can kind of expect in the month of August. Let us go on and see what were the top performing tokens projects in the month of July and see what happened there. Was there something fundamental? Was there something technical? Or was it just market forces? Was there any manipulation and stuff of that sort? Let's start with Om and Mantra. It did about 37% last month, monthly movement, and I think it has broken out of its resistance zone. It's done a breakout, it's come back a little bit. What's happening with Mantra? What is Mantra? What does Mantra do?
So basically Mantra, initially there was a DeFi platform across the kind of Om blockchain, they were built on top of Cosmos ecosystem. So then in the middle of 2023 or end of 2023, they changed themselves as RWA.
Okay.
So right now they are working with all the related things to RWA, real world asset tokenization, and they are really perform well when they are rebranded themselves as RWA. Okay. So if you see the price action, they were started in 0.025. It was a bottom during October or November.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. From there, they were single stretch. They're making higher highs and they're going up to 1.3 somewhere they touch it.
Correct.
So because of lot of institution volume is coming towards RWA, so that is the main reason why OM is getting more visibility. And parallelly, they recently tied up with one of the bank in Europe, so to make that synthetic assets available for everyone. So basically, synthetic assets stands for whatever the stocks, bonds, and whatever the commodities you can trade, so they will make it as a tokenized.
Okay.
For example, like whatever stocks you know. So in that way, they were tied up with a bank. So in that banks, they can tokenize their bonds and they can tokenize their.
Okay, I want to stop you there. There might be some of our viewers that might not really understand how do you tokenize real world assets. What happens here? Just take an example. Let's come back to India. Let's say there is a stock of Infosys.
Exactly.
Right? Now go on. How do you tokenize
so
this?
I'll just take from the base. For example, now we already know Jio announced one more thing called Jio Financial Services in India, and they are officially tied up with BlackRock. So already we know BlackRock is handling worth of 10 trillion worth of assets as asset management. So if Jio announces any kind of blockchain related application or else any finance application, so now we already know ETFs are there. So now you can trade ETFs on top of this Jio Financial application. Parallelly, like we know, like the stock market works only like weekly 5 days.
Yes.
And we don't have any, we don't have this flexibility of transferring stocks from like one person to one person directly. Either you should sell there to the broker and all. So if we tokenize, we have one flexibility that anytime you can transfer the stocks to anyone.
Because of the blockchain.
With the blockchain.
Okay.
And parallelly, for example, we are having bonds and all, we are buying China bonds. So many bonds are there, in government bonds are there. So we can tokenize that bonds and people can trade in a marketplace.
Hold on, just going back to another basic. What do you mean by tokenize?
Tokenize means like putting anything on blockchain.
Okay.
It is kind of thing for example, if you consider real estate.
So basically, I take my TCS or Infosys share.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And then create a mirror image of the same thing on the blockchain.
Exactly.
And then
It's
buy
one
and
is to
sell
one.
that.
Yeah,
So what happens to the ownership here?
That's all. It is digitalized. No, it will record in the blockchain where it is created as a contract, smart contract, and no one can replace it.
No, unless they allow me to trade TCS shares itself.
Yeah.
Online.
Exactly.
The ownership is never going to get transferred.
No.
Right. So this is still very much in the
in the earlier phase only. We are not yet completely integrated.
Okay. And what's with the name Mantra and Om?
Like mantra is basically in Indian Om mantra only.
So there is no connection to that product.
No, initially there was a connection. There was a kind of yield for the people who accept peace and all. So meditation, and they were into kind of donating towards the cause of kind of this
peace and everything,
peace and
anti-war.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then they rebranded themselves as a RWA.
RWA.
So that's now because of the hype and currently market is looking really good with the RWA sector. That's why it is driving upside. And parallelly the bank came in, so it made a
even I can mention a point like when I am like a technical trader. So when I see chart, it was completely going up for the past 1 year and there is no non-stop. we can say. So recently it surpassed that resistance level of
Same like Ondo, right?
Ondo,
Yeah,
exactly.
Ondo also hasn't reacted to anything that the market has been doing. It's been like holding its ground.
Yes.
Go on, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I can expect, we can have some levels like $1. So it's already surpassed the $1. Now it is trading at $1.2. So once it come back with a huge volume of sell off, then we can have this kind of whatever the support, like resistance break, it becomes support. Once they can come, because the volume is completely dried in this particular area.
Correct.
So they can come to $0.5 also possible before bull run. So that's what like.
What do you mean before bull run? What run are we in now?
Before bull run means like as market works on the cycles, right? So it's already short cycle got done, and there will be major cycle will
Fair
be
enough.
left off.
Yeah, of course.
So
What are we looking forward for mantra in August?
As we mentioned, there were like big news was happened with the banks and all. There might be a lot of possibilities because big institute like BlackRock formed a BUIDL fund. So I'll explain when there is a sector.
Sure.
So like that, there are a lot of institute money plus retailers are really attracted towards RWA right now.
So August also could be good for OM.
Might be, yeah, OM and other RWA products, it might be a good month for. But if you find any good dip with the market dimension, you can buy there as per as you.
So OM was not essentially, mantra was not essentially completely manipulated. There is some fundamentals behind it, is what you're saying.
Some
fundamentals behind it, which could have a long-term benefit if you watch it and buy it at a lower price.
Lower price wherever you bought at best price.
Correct. Fair enough. And the second one was Helium, HNT, which did about 36%.
Exactly.
What happened there?
So I'll just start with what happened at HNT before 1 year. So there was a delisting happened in Binance because there was Helium was announced themselves as they're building their own blockchain to get the rewards from the IoT devices. Then immediately they were announced that we are now migrating to Solana blockchain. That time
What were they on previously? What were they on previously?
They worked with Ethereum.
Okay, they were on Ethereum.
Then they were into Helium blockchain. They planned like that.
Okay.
So then they were announced they were going to Solana blockchain. That time Solana was not good. I mean, due to validation.
Correct. There was a lot of issues around Solana. Correct.
But immediately something happened with the Helium ecosystem. Then immediately they got delisted from Binance. But still, they were right now also they are building really good because.
I'm going to stop you there. Sorry, remember that. What happened? Why did they get delisted?
That exactly, I don't have idea of what happened, but due to this chain issues and all, might be the migration was not good, or else some tokenomics issues was happened.
Okay.
So it might be.
Go on, continue. Go back.
So right now they plan a lot of big things. I mean, they are introducing the 5G networks to the countries who are accepting as a decentralized one. I mean, they usually works with the devices.
What does Helium do in the first place?
Helium basically IoT network thing. Okay. So they are selling a devices called Helium miners, where you can place it around 500 meter or 1 kilometer. So
like a hotspot.
It's a kind of hotspot. So it will create a network over the region and it will mine. So they are getting the data. First of all, how they are earning because of data and because of the mining machine only they are earning. So once you have that IoT device, you can connect that IoT device to the IoT device which are using already in the home, something like Alexa, something like smart fan, smart bulb, everything. So you can control everything by the Helium device. So right now they introduced one more called Helium Mobile. So there is one device also coming to the market. Plus they are having this data packs. You can use it anywhere, eSIMs.
Okay.
So they are they're creating a eSIMs and they are creating their own phone also. Parallelly, they are concentrating right now on 5G in India.
And I'm assuming that the HNT token will have a utility for using the phone and.
Exactly.
So that's the utility.
In phone.
Because they have physical devices, right?
Physical devices they are working.
And as per the data, like 190k subscribers are still using these hotspots.
The devices.
Yes.
What geographies are they in?
No, they were. If you see Coimbatore also, they were there. Bangalore, they were in almost all the country parts. I mean, you can name any country.
You're saying HNT devices are there in India?
Exactly. Yes. They are having a map also. There you can see where exactly the devices are.
Fair enough.
Interesting. The coordinates also.
Interesting. And how are they looking this month? How do the technicals look?
So when we see the surge also happened at the short because most major players are traded with the BTC, how BTC price moves like that. So when any surge happened in the BTC, so these kind of tokens also will surge.
Correct.
Yeah. So right now it is trading at $5. So it's almost like touched like we can see $2.3 or $2.9.
What's the bottom? Is it?
Yeah, this was the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can expect slightly 4.5. So that was a fair good discounted price we can have this particular helium.
So if you're saying helium is going to hold its ground,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Unlike the Pepes and the Shivas of the world,
Yeah.
helium will hold its ground. Helium and Mantra are both
Yeah.
projects that will hold their ground
Yeah.
even with Bitcoin's dip.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right? Okay,
Correct.
fair enough. And Aave is always a surprise. It
Yeah.
performs in waves every now and then. Did about 31%. What happened last month?
Actually, there was a fee surge in Aave. So basically, they were into this buyback also. So recently, lot of products, the ecosystem products are introducing the buybacks. So they are going to buybacks from the revenue they are collected from the Aave transfer. Basically, Aave is a lending and borrowing protocol on top of Ethereum. Now they were into base chain also. They were enhancing themselves to the base chain. Plus, there is one stable coin GHO. So this is Aave's primary stable coin. As how you use USDT and USDC, in that same way you can use GHO for staking, lending, borrowing. So in the TVL of GHO is increasing day by day. From that, the fees they collected, they are burning the token. Their buyback and burning program is going on. So that's why the TVL is increasing day by day, and Aave looks good.
So,
They are
so
even
I,
stronger.
so I would categorize that as a little bit of a manipulation, won't you? When this wasn't essentially fundamental or technical or social. This was more so based on what the company was doing in terms of playing with the economics of it.
Yeah, because whenever the token, the burning or event happening, usually the token will pump.
Correct. I'm sorry, manipulation was probably a very too harsh a word to use. What I'm essentially saying is, I'm not questioning the intentions, but I'm saying the price surge happened because of the play on the economics.
Exactly. And they want to keep the trust of the users as well. Who are holding the token.
So nothing fundamental happened. No partnerships.
No partnership.
Nothing. And what happened technically? Did it break out? Are we looking at some surge? Is it a discovery?
As per the present cycle, it will trade it. Most accumulation is going on this particular. So when we see in the shorter time frames, we can see in that we cannot say directly manipulative. So it's like market makers are more in this particular thing. So this is like in the longer time frame, the chart is like trading in a sideways. So we can have good position. We can build in this $100 range. So you can expect up to 500 in this particular token. It's like a 5x from the present scenario. So it will gonna be like a long-term consolidation. Then once it got break to 200 price, then we can expect to 400.
And I forgot. I should have added this. So Mantra Om basically is in discovery mode.
Yeah.
Correct. Om is in discovery. When I say discovery, I mean that it's just hit the all-time high and it's crossed the all-time high, and then sky is the limit, or it can just come down to back to where it started from. So Om is in discovery. What is happening with HNT, helium?
HNT, that's what I mean.
What has been the all-time high?
Around $45 somewhere.
What is that right now?
So right now it is at $5.
So it's at its bottom.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And what about Aave?
Aave is also kind of bottom. $500 somewhere there.
Correct. Okay.
But we can have a build-up price in this
No, fair enough. I just wanted to give some context because Om has breached all-time high, and some other projects are at their all-time low and doing well from there. So it could mean that they're going to go further down. This could be just a bear trap. Or if the fundamentals and the technicals are strong enough and Bitcoin performs, they're going to surge up. Right? That's
overall due to the relative this one. The trend.
Correct. Fair enough.
Aave is for DeFi and it will perform whenever the market conditions are.
Fair enough. Understood. And then there's BitTensor or Tau, which did about 20%
TAO.
So actually, Tau is one of the most hyped AI coin.
Correct.
It is really worth the hype because they are building something complete open source platform for AI. You can validate, you can build your own subnets on AI. You can build your own AI space there. So you can be a validator also. But in the past 1 month, there is a negative thing happened with Tau, that one of the validator has been breached. They freeze a lot of whatever the validation happening. So the wallets has been freezed. So due to that thing, the price came down. So currently the operations were normal. So they were in case kind of the negative news dump, and again they were resumed
So
operation.
this was more like a reaction more
Reaction,
than
that's
anything.
it. There is nothing
Okay,
extra happening.
nothing fundamental, nothing.
No,
What happened to these frozen wallets?
No, now they are unfreeze everything. I mean, almost 80% of the wallets are unfreeze, and they are now working normal.
Okay.
So the validation and all, whatever the staking to the tau tokens to the validator, they are working.
So this 20% surge is showing up because of the major dump that happened previously. That's why the 20%
major
surge.
dump, it recovered with again the operations are now normal.
Got it. And then we have the usual suspect on the list, Ripple. XRP is there with a 18.7%, and right now I think it's trading around 65 cents.
No, 0.58 somewhere it trading.
57 or 58 is there? It was about 64, 65 yesterday, and yesterday's dump took it back to 57. So whatever XRP had worked hard on in July is all wiped out in one day. Right? What happened? Was there some news? Were there some tie-ups?
There was a meeting that was actually a.
Was it a rumor? The settlement meeting, right?
There was a closed door meeting between SEC and Ripple Labs, and that was keep on postponed. Every time you already know, once they announced the price was a single day, it is 100%.
Correct. Went to 90 cents or something last 2 years ago.
You already know the kind of holders are holding XRP was huge. I mean, they are the kind of army.
Guilty as charged.
So like that, the most anticipated rally should left in XRP. Probably the case might come to an end in this year. I don't.
Or you think Trump will have some kind of an effect if it some kind of effect on the outcome?
If the XRP, I mean this Ripple Labs get a clean sheet from SEC, that will be huge upside potential for XRP. And
I've heard nonsensical numbers. I'm being very honest to the industry and the kind of market caps that are out there. I've heard numbers like $10 Ripple, $10 XRP. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Even as somebody who's been holding it for the longest time now, I don't ever foresee a $10
if you see
XRP.
the optimistic number, you can expect 2.5 to 3.
Right?
Good.
It's good. It's like
$10 and all, we can't comment because if you see a lot of meme coins are getting 25 billion market cap like Shiba Inu, Pepe and all crossed 5 billion market cap. XRP is really doing something which is worth to cross some $5 to $6. It might not now.
I don't know, this might be a shot in the dark and it might be something absolutely illogical. But something that we've been seeing for the last few years is those tokens which are very good fundamentally are never going to give you your 1000% jump. Those that don't have anything fundamentally is what gives you your $25 billion market cap.
Because those are all completely community focused and they were completely, I mean, you can see those are all fair launch tokens.
Correct.
There are some sectors which are operated by VCs. There are few sectors which are meant for retailers.
Correct.
They are buying at the bottom with complete supply is unlocked there.
Correct.
And they are pushing without any negative unlocks.
Correct.
So that's what this
is pushing the price up without any fundamentals.
That's what people are looking towards meme coin because of fair launch, one thing. And the main thing, there were no big market makers anymore.
Correct.
There was 80% at least volume is traded by the retailers.
Correct.
If you see Pepe, if you see WIF, in the earlier stages, even Kishore, I am the biggest seller of WIF. Because why it's going, there is no fundamental. Then I got to know about the community engagement. Okay, this is something which is completely fairly launched and this is maintained by complete community or trading.
But by then it had already left the station.
Trading on $1. But community is having huge power to do anything. Parallelly, we have to respect that and we should follow fundamentally good tokens because in longer term, those are the...
Correct. I mean, that's a great point you made, that we need to respect those projects that are working on building communities and making fair launches, while you also go behind the ones with great fundamentals and the ones that have stuck like... see, while there was a lot of negativity around Ripple right when it was launched, right? There was Ripple and then Stellar came along that was similar, right?
Same.
It was STR to start off with and then it became XLM, right? Similar stuff. So there was a lot of negative news around it, but the way that XRP Ripple has stuck around, right, and have not given up is really commendable.
Because if you see any other coin like FTT got hit by a lot of negative things, they didn't recover at all.
Correct.
But XRP, they are really good enough to recover and they are, they are Swift blockchain payments and XRP Ledger, they are really working hard towards the payments.
I think the opposition has to work really hard to bring Ripple down now.
Exactly.
Right? They don't really have to do anything to keep going up. So what do we look forward in the month of August for Ripple? Is there something coming up? What does the technicals look like?
So coming to technical chart, like it was such $2 when it was like 2021. So after that, slightly coming down, and it was trading in completely range when it comes to the longer time frame.
Correct.
So, and one interesting point, whenever I see these technicals and all, like it's always give competition. They tried like the coin itself want to stay in top 10 positions. So it will always trade in either 5, 7, 6. It moves on. Like it should be always in the top 10 position range. So as we can see, like most people, when we have this kind of major thing, and most people will anticipate this particular price has to move. So it may suddenly, because when we see XRP, mostly it was involved into this different kind of cases. All this stuff is going on, and it directly impact once any fundamental news happen, it will directly impact in this particular chart. So as surge happened, it touched at 96 cents and it came down. Now it is trading in a range of 40 cents to 70 cents. So once it crossed some 70 cents, recently high also around 65 cents. So once it crossed 70 cents, and if the monthly candles close good, then we can expect.
What's the resistance for Ripple?
It was around 30 cents.
No, the resistance.
The resistance is 70.
70 is the resistance.
Yes.
So 70 is a key point to
0.9 and 0.7
yeah.
key points.
70, 71 cents.
Yes.
Right. But that's a very good point you make, that Ripple has always been in the top 10. So can we take a pointer saying if Ripple ever goes to 9th or 10th position or 11th even, there might be a push to push it back into the top 10?
Exactly.
Yes,
right?
That is others also. You see BNB and Solana and all. There's a flip happening
Almost every, yeah.
Even if
correct.
you consider with Doge and Shiba also, there is a flip happening. Because people used to see like the Doge is on top, Shiba is on below.
Yeah.
But the flip happened and immediately Doge recovered.
Comes back. Correct.
Comes back. Like
Correct.
that only this flip is happening. Anyway, we are expecting case to solve on people who are holding.
Because if these.
What is the, sorry, I'm so sorry, I'll come back to you. What is the update on the case? What is something expected to happen in August with around Ripple?
I don't have any exact idea on the dates or any month, but it might be within this year.
But they're going to, I have a feeling that all of this is going to be planned in such a way that it is going to coincide with the American election.
Exactly.
And then Bitcoin hitting some kind of a support and bouncing back from there, and Ripple and SEC coming to an end.
Everything is like correlated.
All of this is going to come together in a planned manner,
And one
right?
more thing, no one wants to inject the positive news during the negative phase of the market.
Correct.
If they inject also, it won't react too much.
Correct. Agreed.
So they might waiting for the proper time,
Fair
which
enough.
will be the bullish time.
Fair enough.
That's what I am also expecting. So they might announce soon.
Perfect. So that was a roundup for July about the top performers. This was the top performers from the top 100 market cap tokens. If you go out of the top 100 and get into the top 500 market cap, there were these three tokens. Nero performed about 1200%.
Yeah.
Was it just market dynamics? Was it just
It
push?
is all about community push. I mean, it is basically inspired by the dog which is very recently. Osu something, the Doge designer dog. So because of, they are inspired from them, and there were rumors that it is minted by the Doge developer team. So that's why there was a huge surge in DEX. I saw it was in around 0.005. Then after one day I saw it 0.1. There was literally like 2500% upside. And the market cap was also very less. There was a high community also getting buyed. Promotions are going on Twitter and all. So this is just because of community hype and all.
So is it just a shield coin, or
Shield
is
coin.
there
Shield coin only.
nothing to talk about or nothing to take home?
Mostly these
Nothing
are
there.
community driven coins, always like we cannot anticipate this kind of price. If the community is completely strong, they can push up to 10x, 20x.
No, what I'm essentially talking about here is, see, we've seen things like Shiba, right?
Yes.
We saw Bonk, we saw Not, although Not is
VIF.
from Telegram. We saw VIF,
Exactly.
right?
Bonk.
Several things that have gone up because of community, and then I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And the moment they come on Binance, it's almost legitimizing whatever they were doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, irrespective of what has happened in the past, if you're on Binance, then you're a legitimate project,
Correct.
right? No questions asked. Is the kind of mind frame that the market is in right now. So do you see that happening with Nero? Do you see them coming on major central exchanges?
Pepe was listed on Binance.
Pepe as
really
well.
on shock.
We missed Pepe. We missed Pepe.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening, how Pepe coming on Binance, but then after that I saw, see, main thing in market, they required volume. They required people interest.
Correct.
Whenever people really wanted to trade on the exchange, 100% they are going to list it. It might be Nero, it might be one more coin. But before that, as a community, if you are picking one Nero, you can see 100 rug pull coins. Before picking one Nero. This is all listed in direct to decentralized exchanges. Then only if they made some impact on the community, they build more number of wallets are holding, then they are coming to the other exchanges.
So first things first, to add to that, was there a rug pull in Nero?
No.
Do they look,
no.
as of now, does it look like?
See, that we can't say, because
of course you can't say, I get it.
Single day the developer can sell anything, everything, and
Correct.
he can leave.
Correct.
So until and unless people trust it, make a debut on other centralized exchanges, might be some Mexi and all might announce.
Yeah.
So then it will be a little safe. But again, the price will come down.
No, I will not agree to the fact that it will be safe if it's on Mexi. We've seen what
it's
happened
not
with
a
TRB and stuff, $545 to $100 in a day.
It
right?
will be there, but still we should be careful to trade.
That was
this
different
ballgame.
like
These are all high risk, high reward funds.
Yeah. And what happened with Mumu the bull? Is it the time of the bull? Are we done with cats and dogs and rats? Are we moving on to bulls?
Cats are still trending. The cat
Cats
day
are
is
still
there. August, I think 7th or 8th, the cat day is there.
Yeah.
I think up to that,
in the month end, yeah. In the month end, cat day.
Cat day is there.
When is cat day?
I don't know, nearly
Yeah, just
August.
so look for when the cat day is. It might be worth it if you know when the cat day is.
It was 8th August.
Yeah, August 8th,
National
International Cat Day.
Oh, it is still national where?
International Cat Day.
International Cat Day.
Exactly.
So we can see some kind of a
Some
surge
kind of
on.
movement in cat coins, like cat dog recently pumped in Sol ecosystem.
Correct.
And the cage
And
coin
what is the other one? Mew.
Mew
Is cat in a dog's world or something, right?
Binance futures
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, really?
It is in Binance futures. So right now market dimension is not like this is fundamentally strong, this is not fundamentally strong.
Nothing.
This is volume. If volume is there or not. That is what,
Like we say, that day, that decision.
Exactly.
Because see, every time when we see some major coins, the cash flow completely, it will never go into one sector. So once the cash flow was done in that particular and the chart is satisfied, then they will use this cash flow into another. So like the different kind of projects will come and then they'll surge, and then pump and dumps also should be there. So we have to. Yeah.
Should be there, I don't know, but will be there.
Will be
I'm
there, yeah.
sure. Yeah. No, should be there also. Sure, why not? And the other one was mobile coin, MOB, that did about 176%. Is there something fundamental there? Are they coming up with something?
They were recently delisted from Binance, first of all.
Okay.
MOB was traded above $1 when I saw it. And they due to some, Binance has some, kind of, they were having
Benchmarks.
restrictions. Benchmarks are there. So if you are not satisfying that, they are going to delist you. They are first putting you to the zone. What is the zone? Some kind of zone is there. So then
Monitoring.
the monitoring tag will come.
Yeah.
Then after the tag, they are going to, if they are satisfied there with the volume, primary thing is volume only.
Correct.
So then they will remove or something will happen. But currently due to some, they were...
Again, this is also recovering from the dump, is
recovering
it?
from dump, and there is a application also there where you can use the tokens to buy some stuff like that.
So fair enough. So those were the top performing tokens of July. Let's move on to what is actually important, which is the present and the future. What are the tokens that are we looking at for the month of August? Let's start with Manta. What does Manta do?
So basically Manta is one of the first modular
Kitchen?
layer 2 blockchains. So it works with on top of Ethereum only. So and they got really great volume when they were launched.
Sorry, before you move forward, can you just break down layer 0, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 quickly, just one sentence each?
So basically layer 0, I will go with the layer 0. Layer 0 is a foundation layer for the blockchain. Where for example, you can see Cosmos is a layer 0. I just given an example on top of that.
Fair enough.
So on top of Cosmos, you can build a number of layer 1 blockchain.
Okay.
By using their SDK, Cosmos SDK is there, by using their validators and all, you can build any blockchain on top of layer 0.
Give me a parallel example in the non-blockchain, non-crypto world, like in the everyday software world. What is layer 0?
So Android is a layer 0.
Okay, Android
So
is a
Android
layer
is
0.
a open source framework.
Fair enough.
Where you can build applications and you can customize anything. That's called layer 1. So you can consider like that.
No, layer 0 is Android.
Android.
Layer 0 is Android. Cosmos is layer
Cosmos
0.
is a layer 0.
Fair
so
enough.
it is one of the biggest.
Okay, what is layer 1?
So layer 1 is a kind of, it's a blockchain framework where you can build DApps on top of that. For example, Solana will consider as it's a layer 1 blockchain.
Okay.
Where you can build tokens, you can build DApp, for example DeFi, or you can build a chat, messenger. So on top of layer 1 you can build applications.
Okay, so parallel to that?
Parallel to that you can consider Telegram. Now it is one of the layer 1 might be because of layer 1, how can we see? Okay, layer 1 is for example we gave Android is a layer 1.
Layer 0.
Layer 0. It might be the apps which are working on top of Android is a layer 1. Which have unique features on what they are doing.
Okay, then what is layer 2?
Layer 2 is something which enhance the layer 1. For example, if you see, I'll just tell you the example of Ethereum. So Ethereum is only having more layer 2s because Ethereum fees is high and the TPS is less.
Correct. In order to make the TPS better and bring the price down.
In order to reduce the fees, in order to increase the scalability of this transaction speed, layer 2s are existing. So layer 2s are like we have a popular layer 2 called Arbitrum, then we have Polygon, then ZK,
correct.
Then we have Starknet right now.
Right.
So and layer 3s are something which right now trending because of this Stark came. Basically you can use your own token on top of layer 2.
Okay.
And layer 3, one more project also layer 2.
And layer 3 are the actual utilities, actual applications.
It is a kind of application. But layer 2s are right now, they are good.
No, but I just wanted to differentiate between layer 0, 1, 2 and 3.
Layer 3 is not having a proper clarity right now. Because some people will tell Starknet is a layer 3 because of they are using their own token as well for the gas fees.
Is Hamster Combat layer 3?
No.
What is Hamster Combat?
It is just a tap to earn game which is built on top of Telegram mini app. You can consider layer 3, we don't have proper application right now. One layer 3 app was released, the coin release. It is basically works with the community management. It will connect every...
No, what I understood is, so layer 0 basically draws the rules for you. It gives you the SDK. So on and so forth. Right? Layer 1 is the one that gives you the blockchain infrastructure.
Exactly.
Correct? Layer 2 acts as the accelerator, like for scaling up, to increase the number of transactions, or to act as some kind of a bridge.
Exactly.
Right? Is layer 2. Yes. And layer 3 is the actual application that is using 0, 1 and 2 to be built, right?
Yeah, that is also...
That's what it is,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move on. Tell me about Manta. Go on about Manta.
So Manta is basically, it is one of the first modular blockchain. So modular means there is an allocation for every specific task. For example, if you see Ethereum also right now, they are into modular blockchain. They are not yet launched yet, but they are also planning to launch as a modular blockchain as ETH 2.2. So where they will allocate specific memory to the specific task. So one block will store, one block will make transactions, one block will record.
Fair enough.
So like that modular blockchain will work. So Manta Pacific is one of the first modular L2 blockchain. Okay. And right now they are having one stable coin called USDM. So they applied for BlackRock build that BUID program also.
You call it build, just like hold and build. It's okay.
It's BUID.
I know. It's like hodl and same build. It's all right.
And Manta Pacific is having a lot of DApps also running on top of Manta Pacific. So they saw a lot of TVL locked because of they supported by Binance Labs and a lot of other VCs, big VCs. And in future, because of the developer surge, and Manta is looking really good in terms of fees and in terms of scalability. So it is leveraging Ethereum completely. So parallelly, the ecosystem will grow and Manta will also grow. And now they are adding RWA trend to the touch to the Manta. So this will help them to boost their visibility in the RWA sector as well. So I'm expecting a good rally in Manta.
What is happening this month? Why is Manta on the list for August?
So they were into this again they were tied up with some few RWA companies to give their synthetic assets as a platform. And
that happened in July.
Exactly.
The tie-up happened in the last couple of months, you're saying?
Yeah, and happened, and now they are applying for this build program in BlackRock.
With BlackRock. Okay.
So that will make them, in terms of price, they will push.
What is the Manta trading at right now?
0.85.
0.88.
0.8 zone it is.
Yeah.
Point, and how does it look technically? What's the market cap like? What's the supply?
Yeah.
What is happening there?
Supply and market cap, I'll just clear it. So currently Manta is around some 200 million supply is there. Circulation. So full
Circulation.
supply is around 1 billion.
Okay.
So the market cap is around sitting around now some $500 million. Yeah.
Okay, let us explain this to people that are confused about market cap, circulating supply, total supply, right? Now what happens? Let's say you're saying the circulating supply is 200 million, right? Which means the company has around 1 billion. Let's just use normal terms like company and stuff. The company has 1 billion tokens. Out of that 1 billion tokens, they've let 200 million tokens into the market. As in it could be in somebody's wallet, it could be on an exchange, different reasons. Another 20%.
Yeah.
Another 800 million is still inside. Nobody has touched it, right? For normal understanding.
Yeah.
Is this essentially a good thing for the price or a bad thing for the price? That's the first question.
So recently this kind of trend happened in Binance. So there was a high floated market cap with less CDV. So high FDV means high fully diluted valuation. Low CDV means low circulation diluted valuation. So for example, if you see wormhole, it is...
No, wait, let's break that down first. When you say low CDV, it means the price per token is also low. Price per token is also low. You're saying this is being done intentionally. No, I mean as strategically. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Strategically.
Because they used to unlock initially to push the price.
Correct.
It might be something like which can make profits to the VCs, which are
Fair enough.
That's
Go
also
on. Go on.
So there was a thing happening. So that's why Binance also now rephrasing their listing applications. And recently, one of the biggest example is Banana. It is actually one of the community-driven coin, which is earlier launched in DEX. Now they launched it in Binance. So what happened right now? A few coins like W, Stark, including Manta, like a lot of ZRO, ZK. So they were all like low CDV and high FD. So this what will happen in upcoming days or in a longer term. There will be a lot of tokens are going to unlock to the market. That will affect the price of the coin.
Correct.
So there is no inflation and all, but there is a specific unlock period is there. Even Stark also due to community issues and all, they were yet to unlock too much of supply within a single stretch, 2 billion, 1 billion. But due to the price coming down, community also lose trust on them. They were freeze that and they were change that completely unlocked to the per month unlock.
Who's Stark?
Stark.
Okay.
Recently they did like this. So this is something which is not good, not healthy for the coins which are going with high FDV and low CDV.
No, I'm talking about Manta specifically. Like for example, the example we took was to understand circulating supply and total supply. Let's say the circulating supply is 20%. Another 80% is still available to be unavailable right now, but will be available at a future time.
Exactly.
So does that mean every time a new tokens come into circulation, the price might take a hit and go down?
That's what. If they are not in trend, the coin completely will come down.
Okay.
So if they're
in trend, they might go up.
Exactly. Yeah. When there is an unlock, usually they will inject the news. If you see Aptos and all, there was a tie-up with Microsoft happened.
Correct.
Before that day, there was an unlock.
Fair enough.
So there was this kind of news were happening before 1 week or 2 weeks of the unlock.
So what you're saying essentially is if they're fundamentally strong, if their marketing is in place, right, and if doing the right things, the circulation should not matter.
It might not matter.
Right, to the extent that we think it might.
But in like if you see the top of rally or something, the price, it will affect because of the
supply coming in.
Because if you see Polkadot and all, they are not moving over $5. ING went up really well.
I've forgotten about Polkadot.
Exactly, because Polkadot is one of the greatest trends. You see Parachain, Relay Chain,
correct.
A lot of beautiful things happen with Polkadot, but still they are sitting at the price of $5 to $7. That's what tokenomics will play when you use it properly.
Fair enough.
Some tokens are completely unlocked. So they might not move. If you see, it should be in trend also, the project should be alive also.
And there should be new tokens that are available.
Exactly.
Right, fair enough.
And a lot of things, right now one more trending is buyback and burn. So whatever the revenue they're generating from the product or protocol, they are buying the specific
Using
token
that money to buy it
and
back
they are
and
burning the
burning
token.
it.
I mean, they're sending to the wallet, which will never
Fair enough.
So like that, these are using to get the attention of the retailers to buy the token.
Yeah, all about like marketing.
So basically, burning tokens means it's like you lock up a room and then throw the key away in the ocean.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's all.
Burning the token. You don't have access to it to recover it again. Okay, so that was Manta. You were talking about the technical aspect of Manta, how it looks, what's going on. What exchanges is Manta on?
Like right
Manta
now,
is on Binance?
it's on Binance. So right now the technical structure is good. Once it cross, like it is trading at 0.8, like around 88 cents it is trading. So like once it cross like $1, like people have that much hype. Like they can be in a trend.
Psychological point.
Yeah, psychological point is the $1. So because 2-3 times it touched $1 and came back to this level around 77 cents and then to $1 range. Once it surpasses with the heavy volume, $1, then we can have higher highs in the upcoming months.
Okay.
So that's why like this month it might be the trendy because of the news or something.
Got it.
So like if it surpasses $1 with the good heavy volume, then we can see in the upper levels in future. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. And ZK. ZK Sync just launched on Binance last month, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It
ZK
just
Sync
launched
is also
last
one
month.
of the most anticipated layer.
Yeah.
Because if you see
So just for context, it kind of launched around 28 cents and it's now trading around 30
zone
cents.
and 0.13 now it is trading.
Yeah.
And they were really good with the zero knowledge rollups, because if you see right now, whatever the biggest rollups on top of Ethereum, I mean, we can consider a layer 2 are there, they are all optimistic rollup. So there works with optimism, where they were not privacy related things, they were really good whatever they're doing. But this is one of the most used ZK technology rollup. If you see Arbitrum, if you see Optimism, if you see any other rollups, they are all completely Optimism. So right now we are expecting, because even Vitalik also mentioning a lot of times about zero knowledge and privacy related thing. So that's why I'm just going out of the topic, that Railgun is one of the coin is there. That is actually completely privacy preserving. Vitalik recently shared this.
What is it called? Railgun?
Railgun.
RAILGUN.
Yeah, RAILGUN. So
Okay.
this is also Vitalik recently he mentioned that, and it really went well. And I'm also using that value control. I personally tried it. So it is really good. Like that, there is lot of, there is no good privacy thing in Ethereum right now. So ZK might be one of the privacy in Ethereum, and I'm expecting a decent price action in ZK, because there was a lot of tie-ups also happening with ZK, and parallelly there were a lot of holders also increasing day by day. If you see
ZK.
on-chain wallets, there will be increasing every day. Some wallet is also increasing, and new buyers are coming, and it is trading in a good zone also. And the market cap and whatever the rise funds from the VCs, so they were literally on the best price we can see in the ZK.
So,
because of fundamental things and all, they were really good what they are doing. The volume, the TVL, and the user base, and the DApp what they are built. So these are all will matter. So in that way, the price is good. If it comes down also, it might come down few cents.
yeah, what is the technical say? Are we done with the bottom for ZK?
See, as per the technical chart, like last month, like in July 21st, it touched that previous high. So around like $0.2. So it went through 0.12, like 12 cents, and it touched 20. So it already surpassed the high, and now it is coming to the bottom levels. So in this month we can.
Why are you calling 20 cents as the high?
That's the recent high. That was the recent high.
It's just a month old, right?
Yeah, it's a month old, yeah.
So 28, 29, let's keep 30 cents as the high.
It's been like
30 cents is the high,
Yeah.
right?
So actually 30 cents is the high. So in the recent around 22 July, like last week,
It went back up to
it
20.
went back 20. So it already surpassed the previous level, like where it was trading in a range. So right now, if this month we can expect some good volume in a bull candle, like some long candle, then we can have this might be the bottom.
Okay. So
Yes.
And what is the potential for some more bottom? What is the market cap? What can it go down to? What does it
Currently,
look
was
like?
trading around some 500 to 600 million market cap. So I'm expecting it might go up
500 to 600 million when the price is 13 cents, 13, 14 cents.
now.
Yes.
Now,
Around
between
that,
13 to 15
yeah.
is 500 to 600 market cap.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm expecting around 2 to 3 billion will be the best zone to.
Would be a good place to look at. And that trend might start.
Yeah, because ZK
this
is
month.
also again most anticipating trend we are expecting.
Correct.
In the market.
Yeah, I remember in ETH Denver earlier this year, half the place was zero knowledge roll-ups. Yeah,
Exactly.
zero knowledge.
Even
Half the place
Polygon
was
also prominent. They were also promoting ZK.
yeah.
They were also releasing SDK software development kit to build.
And I was just looking at the DevCon in Thailand happening, right? A lot of events before that is all about restaking. We'll talk about restaking.
Yeah,
Probably there is
yeah.
some token that has restaking in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Res is there. So a lot of talk around restaking happening now. Tell me this before we move on to the next token. Zero knowledge, restaking, privacy, RWA. Is there more to any of these than just being a trend? I know completely off topic. I don't want a long answer. Just quickly tell me in 10 seconds. Is there more to it than just being a trend?
No, currently, if you see when there is a volume in Ethereum or any, kind of bullish side, then only these kind of protocols are getting volume.
Fair enough.
When there is nothing happening in market, there was always the volume taken out from there, and they were going to sell.
Brilliant.
So until the volume is there in the market, until we are positive towards the market, this protocol will be there. After that, depending on what they
Nice.
do, this will hold.
Fair
the
enough. That's a
price.
very good answer. Fair enough. Convincing. Yes. Okay, so let's move on to one of the panel favorite, Mavia.
Yeah.
Right. So, what's the scene with Mavia? What's happening? Let's just look at the fundamentals, the technicals first before we go to the fundamentals with respect to Mavia. Mavia just like dumped from $2.50 to 1.6, 1.7, right?
Yeah.
So for people who are listening, hearing about Mavia now, that should be a good news. Right?
Yeah.
Cheap Mavia is available,
Yeah.
discounted Mavia is
Exactly.
available. Is that the case? What does it look
Yeah,
like?
because see, when we see in technical chart, we always look for this psychological levels also to buy. So when it reached $1, like it was around $10, like it was 2024 February, like it launched like 5-6 months back. So that time, like it started $10 rally and then started coming down. See, any new coin launched in the market, so they'll give this much hype and then like. But when it comes to the cash flow, it is happening. So $1 is a price like where based on the like fundamentals or the tokenomics. So $1 is a price where people always look up. So when it touched, then immediately that psychological level touched, then immediately more volume came into that, and it reached the recent one is 2.7. So
Correct.
any technical structure cannot go directly from $1 to $10. So there might be like impulse and correction phase. So right now, once they have come up with this kind of volume in $1, so they will be before that only like 1.3 or 1.4. Then they can have good buy volume again. So as per the structure, it is completely good, and right now the buying range already defined at 1.5, 1.5 range. So
What is the correlating price to Bitcoin's 57? If Bitcoin goes to 57, what are we looking at with Mavia? Where is the support?
the support is at $1 right now, but
Okay.
this is the most psychological level for buying this kind of particular.
But $1 would mean about 30% fall, right?
Yes.
More than 30, 40% fall.
Yes.
And that would mean that would about 10% for Bitcoin is about 40% for Mavia. Is that where it is?
Yeah, correct.
That's where it
Yes,
is.
Yes.
Okay. So $1 is a good range. And what is happening? Sorry, I'll come back to you. What is happening this month with respect to Mavia? I just want to go back and forth with the fundamental and the technical with respect to Mavia because it's been doing well last month.
Yeah, because of they were huge. Because I'm personally playing Mavia, so I'm since following since from the launch. Because I saw a huge surge during 2021-22 in Axie Infinity.
Correct. Oh my
Because
God.
there was a lot of you have to breed,
Yeah.
a lot of good
Yeah.
things happen, and you see the price surge from 0.3 to $130.
Yeah.
So right now,
I remember, actually, I bought it around $9 and then held it for a long time, for about a month or two. That's long term. And then it came back up. I think it had gone to 7 or something. It came back to 9.5 or 9.6.
Yeah.
And I was having this random conversation with my wife and I told her I bought it at 9. It's at 9.2, 9.3. What should I do? She's like, hold it. What's the hurry? I'm like, no. 2 weeks, $150.
Correct. So
Anyway,
that's-
go on.
Exactly. So Mavia now really they're looking good. They are like kind of game which is migrated from Clash of Clans.
Correct.
So where you can play, you can create your army and you can go for conquer the others territory. So right now they're really looking good with what they're doing. I mean they're having good NFT and they're having the Ruby battle. They recently introduced the Ruby battle, so that in that time only the market pumped.
What's Ruby battle?
There is one inside gem called Ruby, where you can, in future they are mentioning, you can convert that Ruby to Mavia token. I don't know exactly how much that ratio will be, 1:100, it might be 1 to some ratio. So you can earn every day some 50 to 60 Ruby depending on your town hall level. That one is there. So like that, now they introduce a Ruby battle. So you can pay 50 Ruby to get into the battle. If you win, you will get double. 100 Ruby. Now, two days before they introduced one more thing called 250 Ruby. So now you can play with 250 Ruby directly and you can get 250 Ruby back if you won the game. So like that, and there was huge communities also. Every day I am looking into their Discord channel and Twitter and all. So there is huge communities there, and parallelly they are really working hard towards the game, and the game looks really good. And I am expecting this year will be one of the biggest game in crypto space. As you see, there was a lot of gap between Web 2 and Web 3 games.
Correct. If
you see Web 2 games like PUBG and a lot of big games are there. So they were having huge market cap compared to this Web 3 game. So what I am thinking is, here you can tokenize everything and parallelly you can earn rewards.
Fair enough.
So in that way, Mavia can be one of the leading game in upcoming years. Or like 2025, it will be one of the biggest games.
Web 3, Web 2 doesn't matter. Just generally across games you're saying.
It is the good gameplay and whatever the characters they are creating was really good. And on their next upcoming updates are Mavia, they're announcing a marketplace. Where you can trade all the skins
and
Mavia tokens to Ruby. So I'm expecting that will happen soon. That time the price will go.
Right now, is the token being used inside the game?
No. We are
so there's no utility. There's no utility for the token.
So that's why they are creating. There will be staff for Ruby to Mavia. From Ruby only you have to buy all the skins and all.
Got it. And once the marketplace is out, I am assuming that Mavia will be allowed. You'll be allowed to use Mavia inside the marketplace.
Might be, might not be.
Then what's the utility for Mavia right now? What's the utility for Mavia right now for the token?
It's just it's a game token. Still no,
there's no utility inside the game.
Staking and all.
Okay.
Probably. Because you need Ruby to swap now. So that's what, for the token which is having value right now, it is Mavia.
Okay.
Once the game trend started, then we can expect.
And you see GTA 6 is also on the way. So once GTA 6
is not yet started, the game trend right now.
Correct. It's not started, you're saying.
Yes.
Because of that GTA 6, once it entered the market, you know how much their impact creating. If you see their gameplay and all,
correct.
The huge. I'm expecting this game-related tokens which are gamified will boom in 2024 and 25.
Okay, let's move on to. So before we move on, so you're saying there is something happening for Mavia in August.
Yeah,
right?
That's what. I'm expecting a marketplace in Mavia soon.
In August?
In August. It might be in August.
Okay. Fair enough. So tell me about Renzo. Renzo is a liquid restaking token.
Exactly, LRT. So it is, first we have to discuss about eigenlayer.
First we have to discuss about what is restaking.
Exactly. So restaking basically, where there is a lot of Ethereum is going to Lido and all as a liquid staking derivative. So in restaking what they are doing, so whatever the ETH are available already staked.
Liquid staking derivative. LSD.
Liquid staking derivative. So in LRD what will happen? So eigenlayer, I have to take that because they are the first guys created this thing. So you are using Ethereum only for staking as a validator, and there is nothing extra. You are giving security for Ethereum. So by using eigenlayer, you can stake that Ethereum via eigenlayer. And eigenlayer parallelly allows to borrow the security from Ethereum to build another layer 1 blockchain. So parallelly they are leveraging the security from Ethereum and they are giving to people, the community or else the developers who want to build their own blockchain. So now they are taking the security from Ethereum directly. So the code and all backend they are working. If you want, we can put it the link in the.
Sure.
They can see. So in that way, they are almost the total value locked in Eigen is around nearly to 20 billion right now. So Lido was number 1 in TVL lock and Eigen is the top 2 now. So on top of Eigen layer, restaking, Res, ETH5 and Omni. These 3 are built on top of Eigen layer. They are leveraging the technology of Eigen layer and they are building. So Res is also one of the most anticipated coin in restaking. So you are just staking the Ethereum available in eigenlayer, you are earning dual reward.
Fair enough.
So whatever the you earn the receipt from the eigenlayer, you can use it for again to stake.
Restake.
Again to restake. That's it.
Restake.
You are earning double reward from your token, and eigenlayer borrowing the security and giving to the people who wants to build their own blockchain. Because the biggest issue while building a layer on blockchain is validator security.
Correct.
Without validator, blockchain will never be alive.
Correct.
As how BTC miners are there to
Correct.
keep it alive, like how Ethereum validators are there, like that we need a validator. That problem they are solving. And these three are the biggest, Res and E5, but I added only Res because it is market cap which is very small, and it is good to.
What is expected of Res in August? What's happening in August?
Because August will be good for Res because there were a lot of tie-ups are happening. Even Pendle recently they announced they were withdraw the pools of Res. Right now Res is communicating. I mean they were tie-upping with a lot of other staking products to get the yield for Res. So I'm expecting there will be more tie-ups happening across the Res. And main thing is their TVL is also getting day by day increasing only. Right now they are sitting around 2.5 to 3 billion total value. I mean total value, like I clear you, like it is a complete Ethereum locked across the ecosystem. So that will show the value of the product.
Got it.
So I'm expecting it will also surge because of Ethereum is having huge bullish season because of that
ETFs
and all, and I'm expecting Ethereum ecosystem going to last.
A little, yeah, got it. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a while and it will explode because of Solana, Ethereum was sidelined. Now I'm expecting this first restaking will get the more volume.
Restaking or zero knowledge? What is it? Which one?
Restaking first.
And
ZK will be there for a while. I mean,
it's a long-term thing.
Yeah, it will travel. But restaking as a trend.
As a trend.
Might be minute small trend we can consider.
Actually, I am also seeing, two people talking about restaking separately. I was looking at the DevCon in Thailand and I looked at restaking being all over the place and you're talking about restaking. That's two out of two talking about restaking. Sure. What do the technicals look like? Are they on Binance? Is Res on Binance?
Res is there on Binance, but because of this, it's related to the Ethereum token. So it is looking the lower bottoms. Even recent surge happened in Ethereum to like around $3,500, $3,600. So after that it started falling because this kind of hype, once this ETF got approved, so everybody looking for the discounted price. The same way like Regis also comes under this Ethereum protocol level. So they are also looking for the bottom levels at discounted prices.
So right now it's the bottom.
Yes, it's bottom. Like it was the support is taking at the bottom, but in future, like maybe this month, they can go more lower down and look for some good bottoms.
What's the price right now?
The price right now is 0.05.
And the market cap at 0.
80 million.
80 million.
80 million?
80 million. Sorry, it's around 60 million.
Okay, at 5 cents, it's about 60 million.
5 to 6 cents.
What's the all-time high?
All-time 0.2 somewhere it is.
Yeah, 0.2.
0.2. And when it was 0.2, what was the market cap?
Around 200 million.
So the security supply has remained the same.
1 to 1.5 billion is reserve and unlock is there on next year.
Okay. Fine, fair enough. So, and what's the bottom?
0.05. This is the bottom.
So right now it is at the bottom.
Yes.
How long has it been since it launched?
So almost 1 or 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is going side by side with ZK Sync and stuff.
It was launched in May.
So this might not be the bottom. There might be another bottom,
Yeah,
right?
bottom, yes.
Further bottom. Okay.
Based on the structure, they are looking for more discounted prices. It might be the 0.03 also possible.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough. But the next couple of months looks good for restaking projects.
Yeah.
And that could start from August depending on what happens to Ether, right?
And we are expecting
Hand in hand.
I going to launch their token also.
Yeah, correct.
So once they are also in, they can drive the market to their.
Sure. But we'll have to keep that one point in mind all the time. Whatever the trend is, as long as there's money coming in, there's volume coming in to the main token,
Exactly.
to the coin, right? As long as it's coming to Ether, then whatever is trending in the Ether ecosystem should do good, right? That's a very good, fair point for everyone to remember in terms of when do trends work and when trends don't work, right? Fair enough. So the last one for next month is banana, right? Banana just went down from about, I think, $65 to 45, 72.
$78 to 60.
45 now. It's about 48, 44, 45 now.
Yeah.
So
What's
it is-
banana?
It is actually one of the trading bot where it is now right now using for Solana ecosystem and ETH and BSC also. So they were kind of low CDV, high FDV. So this is kind of the trend happening in Binance. So right now that's why Binance is picking the coins which are already available in the market, which are community owned. This is launched in DEX for the price of around $4, and it was trading there around $10 to $20. And again, once the Binance announced, it went up to $78. So right now this is having good community and good utility. In upcoming days, why I mean suggesting for the next upcoming months is they are going to launch their web app, one thing, and they are planning to launch their iOS application as well. I mean the
for trading. For trading.
You can
as a bot.
You can place limit orders in DEX.
Got it.
It's a kind of Telegram where you can trade everything in Telegram. So this is a kind of bot.
They have announced this project, or have we seen some kind of a demo? Is it available
it's
for
already
developers?
Available to trade in Telegram.
No, talking about the iOS app.
No, it is not yet announced. They are. I mean,
These are all rumors.
Not rumors. They announced in the website already.
That's what I said. So they've announced it. It's not available for a demo or something like that.
No, they announced already. They're
Okay.
coming with an application plus an web app also.
At $44, what's the market cap?
So current market cap is 120 to 130 million ranging.
Okay.
So with the supply of 10 million full token and current surplus supply is around 2.3 million.
Okay. So that must be about 10 million, right?
No, 120 million.
100 million, sorry.
Yeah.
About $44
120
and
to 130
got
million
it.
is the now
Got it.
market cap of.
Got it.
We can expect up to 500 to 600 million. That's our optimistic targets.
With no new supply coming in.
Yeah.
With no new supply coming in. So you're talking about $200.
Might be
$200 to
$250
$20.
might possible.
Yes. From about $4 on the DEX to about $200 on Binance. How practical is that? Is that even possible? At this 5x from here?
See, if you see WIF and all, they were launched in DEX.
But WIF doesn't have any product, doesn't have any fundamentals. It is like
price, because this is having product is there and community also owning this.
Again, I go back to my argument. The moment there is a product, a lot of people back out because they won't understand it.
Yeah, but this is very useful.
Right? Don't you feel the same thing? Once there's a product, once there's something fundamental, you find a lot of people backing out of it and not looking at it because it's difficult to understand. Whereas WIF with a hat, Pepe, you don't really have to put your mind in other than the fact that you put money, you take money
For
out.
that, I want to clear you something. There is two sectors of products will be there in the market. One is it is a direct replication from Web 2 to Web 3.
Okay.
One more is, like you said, we can't understand risk taking. We can't understand LSD, liquid staking database, or something like parachain. You don't need that.
Correct.
Because if you own that ecosystem, I mean, you are a die-hard fan of that ecosystem and you are hodling that Polkadot from few years, you will stake that Polkadot as a parachain and you can auction that who are there for a product. Some coins are getting released product. In that same way, this Telegram bot and all is a common thing where everyone can try. It is not complicated at all and it is useful parallelly. Where you can snipe the newly released token in the market, where you can put a limit order on DEXs, decentralized exchanges. So it will be useful for the retailers also. It might be good for institutions also.
No, I'm not at all denying about the usefulness of something. All I'm saying is the moment there is something useful, the exponential growth kind of comes down.
It might be,
right?
but current trend and scenario, it is looking good.
Yeah, I also think that is because there are once it has something fundamental and institutions are involved, they are going to put a stop to how volatile it is.
Might be, and even if you see, Ton ecosystem is growing day by day, and Ton promoting, this mini app sector, so it might get a place there.
Fair enough.
And it is the one coin which is now live in Binance.
Correct.
And you know the volume, how much Binance is there.
Yeah.
Might be along with not, this can also perform as it is now a bot, Telegram bot. Might be in future they might get a mini app in the section.
Inside Telegram.
This is what I'm expecting.
So we're looking at Manta, Mavia, Rez, Banana, and what else? There was another project that we discussed for this month, right? ZK. Yeah. Manta, ZK Sync, Mavia, Rez, and Banana is what we should kind of have an eye on. Right? Look at points like what are the support points, where the resistance are. how is Bitcoin doing? How is Ethereum doing? What is the news around it? Has it surpassed some psychological barrier? Like for example, if a token passes $100, there is going to be a little bit of a pullback, right? Or if it crosses $100 with a lot of volume, just goes to 110, it might go all the way till 140, 150. Right? So there is not just one point that really affects the performance. There are several things interrelated.
Yeah, mostly we can go with the trend. What is going on right now? So based on the hype, people will look into it. So it's all about like those factors.
Correct.
Currently, the total market dynamics, as you see, FTT token and all. If that guy Dequan on like over this guy FTT who calls the exchange. If something they are announcing import and all, these tokens are pumping.
Correct.
Like that, we are anticipating this CZ release. CZ is getting released.
3 months, huh?
3 months somewhat. So what I am expecting is even you should look into the Binance ecosystem as well.
Correct.
Because from past 1 year it didn't perform.
Correct.
And now we are seeing a lot of volumes getting into Binance.
Yeah, the day CZ gets released or a couple of days before that could be time for the BNB ecosystem to.
Might be we can pick Cake, XVS, Venus protocol, and any one of the top meme coin on Binance ecosystem.
Correct. Fair enough.
Yeah, so we should look the top protocols on Binance ecosystem, which is officially shielded by CZ also.
Yeah. Officially shielded.
And there is a logic in the market also, like buy the rumor, sell the news.
Correct.
Exactly.
So if he already know like that something event is there in the future, like maybe next 3 months, so they might start before a month and start.
Of course, 100%. I
Rumors,
completely
we should always try to look into rumors only. Once he release, might be this some 15 to 20% or even 100%.
I also think that is changing a little bit on buy the rumor, sell the news. That's kind of moving towards hold a little bit after the news.
Yes.
Right? It's
right,
moving like that.
Correct.
Right? Earlier it used to be, okay, tomorrow the news is going to be announced, the sell-off would start today.
Correct.
Now a couple of days, there is still some holding happening.
A lot of liquidations also there, like
People have moved on to a lot of future trading, right?
Yeah, a lot of futures
very less on spot these days.
Yeah, exactly. Lot of volume is in futures.
Mostly we can have two-sided game. When we see holding, so it's like one-sided game. Like we can only buy when the lower bottoms hit.
Exactly.
But when the price is surging,
with futures,
so
you can even short it and sell it there. Fair enough. Okay, just before we wrap up, give me your pick for the month of August. What is your pick? What is your top pick? Mavia is your top pick. And what's your top pick?
Yeah, I'm also looking for Mavia to buy at more discounted prices.
You guys sound like you're shilling Mavia. No? Perfect. Okay, so that was that. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of this. We'll be giving you weekly updates on what happened the previous week and what to look forward for the upcoming week. And same thing we're going to do month on month. We're going to come back and do a follow-up on whatever we had spoken about for the month of August and see what happened in the month of August with the tokens that we spoke about. And then that's the month on month video and then weekly updates as well. So more to come here. In case we put more than one video and you watch, then do subscribe and like and do all those other things that people do. So this is the first time I'm trying to say this. A couple of times I'm doing this and I'll get used to the flow of asking you to subscribe, like, share and click the bell icon. So yeah, that was that. Thanks Madhu and Kishore. We're going to see them again the next week. I am Abhishek, by the way, if I did not tell you my name. That's it. Thank you so much. Do your own research. Whatever we said here is based on the actions that we take while we are trading. It could be different based on what is the capital you're starting with and what is your what you're going to look at. One thing for sure is that we're not going to shill something that we ourselves haven't put our money in. If there is some token for some reason we've got free of cost as an airdrop or something, unless it really means something, it is going to do something, we're not going to talk about it. So that was that. Keep buying Bitcoin on every dip.
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. But then don't go into that phase of what happened on May 12th. I don't remember the year. Dip of dip. When Musk said something. Alright, happy trading. Take care everybody. Thank you guys.